Check it out, Prime and Onyx are back. Well, they've been back a fair amount of time since the last video. We're currently doing defense work with them because they're Manstoppers. Well, and Prime has a lot more prey drive than his brother Onyx. We gotta take calculated risk. We gotta take calculated risk, yes. They look alike, huh? They look like siblings. Onyx and Bias. So before I let them play it, I might, oh my God, look at Prime. Oh boy, you just made a liar out of me. You've been doing good, man. You've been doing good. Now all of a sudden you're back to the humping. Well, we're gonna be working a little bit of prey drive with both of the boys. So I can show you the difference between a defense-driven dog like Onyx and a prey drive-driven dog like Prime Time. Good. Yeah? And Bayek is actually a prey-driven dog. Good sit, Papa. Like Prime, but we've done defense work with Bayek, so Bayek also has the defensive traits with training. Now, when I'm doing guard dog training, I don't like to do any defense work with a dog under a year of age. So Hushai right there, we're currently doing prey drive work with him. You know, some trainers don't believe in building a dog's prey drive at a young age, I guess, or whatever. But I think it's the most important thing to do. Start building your dog's prey drive immediately by tugging with them. And it's very important that you never, ever allow them to lose. If you thought I was gonna say that you should always win, you're mistaken. Your dog always needs to win the tug of war sessions. I've never won a tug of war session with him. I've always let him lose. Even when I was strong enough to win, I never asked him to let it go. If I need him to let something go, he'll stop and let it go. Trust me, yeah? Now, I don't ever win with a tug of war with him. They always win. Bayek has always beat me. Hushai always beats me. Sabo always beats me. Onyx always beats me. Prime always beats me, yes? You always want to let the dog beat you in tug of war if you're working towards having a guard dog. Just as, in my opinion, when you're raising a guard dog, you want to be very tolerant of those behaviors that people often hate. For example, Bayek has never been punished or told differently about how he approaches people. So there was a while there, he was a crotch rocket. He'd run up to everybody's crotch and intimidate them, and I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't stop him. If I knew people were going to be uncomfortable by him, then for the love of God, guess what I would do? I would put him up so he wouldn't even have an opportunity to meet them. If you have a dog and you want him to be a guard dog, and especially if you can't afford to professionally get the dog trained, may I tell you, if every time guests or people come over, people that don't live there, if every time they come over and the dog runs up to them to sniff them, you're nagging the dog, you're hushing the dog, you're pushing the dog away, you're telling the dog to sit, you're bossing the dog around, you're commanding him, you're making the dog get out of their way, you're making the dog feel as if that person is better than them, superior than them, and royalty compared to them, eventually, that dog is going to feel as if you're telling him he doesn't need to protect you. You got it under control. Think about it. These dogs need to have a behavior almost as if they were bouncers at the strip club. Yeah? So what I mean by that is, whenever somebody comes over before Bayek was fully trained, he'd sit. If he ran up to them and sniffed their crotch or any of that stuff, I'd ignore it. If they got uncomfortable, I'd put him up. But I'd put him up with a treat as I praised and pat him the whole time, as if he did a good job and the threat was thwarted. Amen. That's how you want to be with your dog, yeah? It's important. People think that the guard dog training just comes from those times that you're on the leash and everything. It's not true. I say the times in between the leashes, applying the theories are what's going to make a difference in your guard dog program, to be sure. Good, my love. Good, Prime. So again, in time, if every time your dog walks up to somebody, you don't make a big deal out of it, and you follow the principles that I have, the theories, the 5 theories, and the law of predictability, the good word theory, emergence, wow moments, ambivalence. If you practice all of these things, then guess what? In time, your dog is going to naturally know he doesn't need to go and sniff everybody's crotch like he does. He's really good. Everybody that's met him is always impressed with the way he behaves, and they don't realize that their dog is probably not going to behave like this. This dog behaves like this because of conditioning and training. Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Prime and Onyx both, if we're talking pure command performance, both of these dogs are going to put Bayek to shame. I promise you that. These dogs are tight on their obedience commands. I'm not working their obedience commands much right now because I'm becoming kind of a defensive person for them, where they're going to be defending themselves against me, yeah? So what I'm saying about this is that their mom is about it. She's ride or die. She's diligent. She works, she's thorough. She works these dogs all the time. They're good, yeah? So if these were my dogs, they'd know a little less obedience and be a little bit more pumped up. But her needs dictate that she needs these dogs to be on point. So they gotta be on point, yeah? And we're moving forward with this really quickly, guys. You can see videos of Prime from training and Onyx from early on. You know, when I first met Prime, he'd been attacked by at least 2 or 3 dogs, big fights. His mama even jumped into the fight. And guess what? When he first came in for training, he would push these 4x4s, push them up against other dogs and shove them, and he'd end up bruising his face trying to bite through the wires to get to other dogs. He was so dog aggressive. He hated male dogs, he hated female dogs, he hated puppies, he hated everything. He just liked good down, baby. He just liked his brother Onyx, and he liked us in time, yeah? And in the beginning, he was a little bit like kind of weary about us, which is normal. Onyx was very weary about us for the first 2 weeks. Now he loves us, man. He knows who we are. We've known these dogs a long time. That's kind of how we want to have relationships with the dogs, yeah? So my training programs are based with increments, yeah? Where the dogs come back, like my baby Scott, good down, and my Bubba over there, Hercules, they're going to both come back several times. You'll see them for the next course of the year. So, as I was saying, he used to be really dog aggressive, and we got him through that. You can see videos of this on people. And I haven't checked those videos, but I bet on those videos, some of those comments, people are gonna say that I don't know what I'm doing. Well, here's the proof. I'm not talking theory. I'm not talking speculation. I'm talking from experience. And at the end of the day, people can judge, people can say, oh, he doesn't know what he's doing with this, but here's the proof in the pudding. This dog's been in a lot of fights, and he's very tolerant. He's hanging out with me. Oh, how adorable. Hanging out with everybody, yeah? And these dogs are on point. Now, what I'm saying is, if, you know, people will always have an opinion and judge everything. In fact, there was a guy with a comment that made a comment that he was disappointed that I didn't know how to put the prong collar on this dog properly, specifically, just a couple of days ago. Well, may I tell you, I did the collar properly, and I don't like to put the collar up where he was suggesting, because that's where it causes the most amount of pain, and I'm not trying to put the dog in a pain situation when he's worried about fighting potentially with one of my dogs. I think that video has Esau, Bike's daddy, in it, yeah? So like I'm saying, look, over time, rehab. Oh, I can't believe you just did that, boy. I can't believe I did cut you, boy. That does it. Prime. No, sir. Good, good, good. See, I'm not telling him good. I'm not telling him good because of Pete in here. No, sir. No, sir. None of that. Now you've been real naughty. Humiliated me on film. Good, 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 Prime. Good, good, good. Good, good, good. Hurry up. Boy, I can't believe it, boy. Wait till your mama sees this. I'm over it. Good. He'll light up on me though, man. If I make a fist at him, he'll get pumped up, he'll get pissed off. Onyx, you're not in trouble, Bubba. Good, good, good. It happens, yeah? So anyways, as I was saying, you can see videos of him and all the work that I did, a lot of the pivotal training sessions that we had to get him to be to the point where he can play with other dogs, yeah? I won't even tell you a session that I had with his mom where I had a dog named Tito in for training, and she was so nervous when we were I don't know if I have video of it or not, yeah, but man, because listen, it's been traumatic. Dog's been through a lot, but we have been through a lot with them, and we're gonna be here with them more. So thank you all for watching, especially if you stuck around to the end. Look at Onyx, man, he's not even in trouble. If you haven't already, please do subscribe and paw the bell so you'll be notified when we upload Good Sit, another video. There's a lot more content to come. Wait till you see these dogs defending their mama. Yeah, got a lot of good stuff happening. Good, 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 good. Listen, more than anything else, apply the theories. Bless you all for watching. Thank you.
Now let us go into the silence.